Hello, and welcome to Dickinson's Real Deal. On this show, I help members of the public get the very best price for their antiques and collectibles. I sit them down with one of our regular dealers. Now, they're going to try and tempt them with a cash offer on the table today.
£60. How does that sound, Paul?
On the light side.
If I don't think that's enough money, I'll advise our seller, take a gamble. Send it to auction. You may get a little bit more money there. Today, the show comes to you from Rickmansworth in Hertfordshire. There's a great crowd of people here. They brought along their treasures, their collectibles. They want to cash them in. They want to do business. They want to walk away, of course, with the real deal.
There's hustle and bustle in the dealer's den as the experts begin sorting bags of items that have been hauled out of attics, cupboards and the drawers of Rickmansworth. And will someone's clear out prove a windfall for charity over on Mark's table?
You brought me in a lovely set of cufflinks here. Can you tell me anything about them, how you obtain them?
Well, they came into the charity shop where I work, which is Oxfam, and I've had them in the safe ever since.
Right, okay, fine. Well, let me tell you a little bit about them if I might. The centres here are mother of pearl, with a little cross in the middle, which is gold. But what I'm going to have to do is have a quick look to see what carat they are.
Yeah.
So let's take them out, have a look with my glass. Ah, interesting. These were made in Sweden. They're actually made in 18 karat gold, fully marked all the way down the side there, but very nice quality, well-made cufflinks. Probably made, I should think, in the last 50 years. Do you get many things like this come in?
From time to time we do. I mean, not every day, but from time to time we get nice things.
Oh, that's great. I mean, it's a lovely thing to do. And as you say, the money, if you decide to sell them to me today, goes to a good cause. So all that matters now is me putting the right amount of money on the table for you.
Yes.
So, shall we start?
Okay.
Okay. 20, 40, 60, 80, £100.
No.
No?
Now, I can see there's £100 on the table there. Now, I know you represent a very well-known charity. The question is, what are they worth? Well, the independent valuer and the auctioneer, they say 120 to 180, and I think they've got to be worth the top end of the estimate that's been given. For 50 or 60 quid, you're buying repro pairs. Those are gold and mother of pearl, and they've got to be worth close to 200 quid.
Well, the gloves have come off again. We better start back on the drawing board.
Please.
Okay, so we're going to pull out one of those red ones to make it a little bit more tempting for you. How does that sound, 150?
It's getting there.
I'm getting there.
You are getting there.
Well,
but
tell you what, I'm going to do one more thing.
Go on then.
It's for a good cause, and, you know, they will go to a good home. So, one more of those, which is £170 now on the table, which I think is a very fair price. It's entirely up to you, Carol, whatever you want to do.
You would go one more of those?
All right. You're pulling on my heartstrings now, you know
It's
that,
a
don't
charity.
you? I know it's for
charity.
charity. Okay, for charity, there's one more. There you are. How about that?
Yes.
Is it a deal?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ian.
Now it's over to Ian's table where it looks like it's time for afternoon tea.
What an amazing tea set.
Yes, I love it.
The colour is phenomenal.
It is.
Where did you get it?
Well, it was my aunt's wedding present in 1923, and I got it from her in about 1965. It was bequeathed to me.
With the missing cups?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
You didn't break them?
No.
Teapots missing?
No, she had a silver tea
Silver
service
tea
with
service
it,
to go with it.
not
so,
the
so she
china.
So she didn't get this milk jug either?
No.
It's very, very attractive. And why are you selling it?
Well, it's a question of downsizing. I mean, my age, I've got to sort of part with some things over the course of time, and it was just sitting in a box after having been in a cabinet for many years, but then now it's been sitting in a box.
And did you ever use it?
I did to start with for a little just for fun rather than anything. But I'm afraid people like bigger cups of tea these days.
You mean mugs?
Yes.
So unruly. Luckily, you know, you've got the bread and butter plate, which is very lovely. The side plates, you've got 11 of, I think. So let's look at one of the marks on this. And it's Soane and Smith, Oxford Street, London. And of course, Shelley made the china for them. Like a lot of companies would make it for Harrods and bits like that. So all these big stores had people make porcelain and china for them, which was very lovely. And whenever I see that, I always think, isn't that smart? You know, did they order it through Shelley for them and things like that? You know, really interesting. Do you know what it's worth?
No, I wouldn't say I know exactly what it's worth at all. But,
That's good.
I have sort of an idea of what.
That's bad. 50, 100, 150. I think it's a good offer.
It's pretty.
It's pretty. I think it's a good offer.
Yes.
That's the sort of value I think it is.
Not a little bit more?
What were you looking for?
Well, another 20, perhaps.
Another 20. Yeah, you keep lifting those eyebrows and twinkling those eyes, and you'll probably get another 50, but no. A 20 maybe.
Well, can we try?
One can try.
Yes.
Oh. Another 20. I think it's worth another 20. I just have to make less profit.
I'm sorry about that.
You're sorry about that. I hope
Very
you are.
sorry.
Genuinely sorry
Oh,
about it.
genuinely sorry.
If you're genuinely sorry, I'll give you another 20.
Oh, I'm
All
genuinely
right.
sorry.
There you go. So now we got 170.
Yes.
Does that tempt you to sell it to me?
I think I'm going to say yes.
Wonderful. You're charming. I like you.
There you go.
Thank you. So we have
Thank
a
you
deal
very
at
much.
170.
Okay, thank you very
and when
much
I sell
indeed.
it, I'll let you know how much I sold it for.
Oh, yes.
I bet I
I'll be
will.
horrified.
And we'll find out if Ian's able to make a quick profit with Shirley's tea set later in the show. Now, over on Michael's table, it looks like they're all set up for a medical emergency.
Harry, Porton Resuscitator.
Yes,
What a great bit of kit, isn't it?
lovely.
Let's get it out, shall we? I can't wait for this. This is just like, whoa, look at that.
And good nick, isn't it?
It works, doesn't it? 1960s?
1962, I think it says.
Fabulous. Where'd you get it from?
I was a fireman in Acton for 7 years, 1984, 76 to 84, and we were asked to clear out and throw stuff in the skip. So a number of us got held back little bits and pieces.
So this was
They were
part of
given
a
to us.
fireman's kit?
It was from a switch room for
Right.
anyone suffering from electric shock burns.
If you had a bad electric shock,
If you had
would
burdens around the mouth, you'd use that instead of doing mouth-to-mouth.
whop it on their
resuscitation.
face
Yeah.
and give it a...
Tilt the head back, make sure the airway is clear. But they stopped using them in the 70s.
Did you ever actively use that
no,
one?
no.
And so you thought, well, I'll take that home with me,
It's,
bit of memorabilia.
It's a piece of first aid equipment.
Yeah,
It's,
it is. Big time.
old stuff.
1962?
62, I'm sure I've seen on the date.
Yeah. It's got on here, distributed by Pfizer Limited, Sandwich, Kent,
Yeah.
which is my stomping ground. I live in that area.
Oh, you've no, yeah.
And Pfizer is a very big factory down there. So the fact that this came from Kent is, another issue.
So you're the right man for the piece.
Well, I am, but I mean, how do you price it?
Well, it's probably saved a life or two, I don't know. It
Yeah.
doesn't look like it's been used, though.
When you think of medical equipment and medical items, collectors are going to jump on you if it's pre-1920s.
Right.
After that, they're really sort of, well, there's hundreds of them around. And I think there's a fair few of these around.
I wouldn't think
there's
there's too many of them now. I think they were done away with, and I think that's... A lot of them have been destroyed.
Yeah, so we think it's a rarity as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So why are you selling it today, Harry?
I have my eye on a nice bottle of whiskey I want.
Nice bottle of whiskey. I think you're spot on there. Good exchange, really, isn't it? Well, look, I'll make you an offer. But don't be offended, because it's really not, of great value. Oh, dear, I haven't even got any tenors. That's even embarrassing, isn't it?
I mean, tenors have been all good.
Yeah. Let's have a look, see what we
Take
can
your
do.
time, Hoggy. Just when he's getting his money out. I just thought I'd come and have a little chat. I looked at this with interest when it came in. You know why, don't you? I've known Hoggy for about 15 years, but he's getting a little bit past it. And his hair's going grey, like mine.
I'm gonna get my money out.
And he's breathing a little bit. Then I saw the respirator. Then I thought, oh boy, this is something which Hoggy needs. This is something...
Put it on my ear.
This is something that's going to bring Hoggy back to life. The sparkle.
It's a hairdryer.
Come on,
David. It's a
Hoggy.
hairdryer.
Come on, give it a go.
It's a hairdryer, honestly.
Deep breaths. Come on, Hoggy. Deep breaths. Come on, deep breaths.
That is not good.
I'm going to
Did you
say...
dry your hair?
I'm going to say, Hoggy, this is ideal for you. It's going to put new life into you. Yeah. Get it bought at any price.
I'll buy it, 500.
Let's see your money.
Dear. So, money time. Money, money, money. It's not going to be a lot. And it's a one-off offer. And it's £10.
No thanks.
I tell you what, I mean, I don't know how much you want for this, but I think you should seriously test the market at auction. Because how often do you see one of these come up at auction?
Haven't seen one. Have you?
So it could be worth 300 quid, couldn't it?
Could be.
To me, it's not Harry. It's a hairdryer as far as I'm concerned. No, I'm a tenner on it.
No, I wouldn't do it.
How much do you really want for it?
I couldn't tell you that now.
No, I'm all out.
Okay.
Thanks,
No
Larry.
problem.
Good luck at the auction.
Thank you.
Though.
Well, the outdated Resuscitator provided a lot of laughs, but not much money. Will it do any better under the hammer of auctioneer William Rouse?
I know it was something you got for little money,
Yeah,
for no money.
yeah.
What did you think about the offer of £10?
It wouldn't go towards a bottle of whiskey. Not a good one.
Wouldn't go towards a bottle of whiskey. It's coming up now. The estimate is £20 to £30. There is a reserve of £20. Is it going to make 20 quid? Well, we hope so. Coming up now.
Lot 14 is the Resuscitator. Lot 15, just what we've always wanted. Unusual lot. Resuscitator, what's it worth? Start me, £10 a lot, please. 10, I'm bid upstairs. 12, 14, 16,
It's climbing.
18, £18, £19. Do you want £19?
£19.
I need just one more bid at £19, then it's with me at 19. Are you all done? At £19.
The gambler's just gone down at £19. So near and so far.
And so
It
far.
didn't sell.
That's all right. I'll take it home.
You takes the
It'll last
gamble.
another 10 years.
Okay, you takes the gamble, you takes the chances, but sometimes it doesn't always work out the way you want.
Coming up, there's some intimate talk going on Debbie's table.
Okay.
So I can squeeze as much as I can out of you.
I'm a very difficult lady to squeeze.
Okay.
Is the bargaining going to get physical?
I've got big hands.
Behind the scenes, we've got a team of experts. They check and inspect every single item before it's placed in front of our dealers, and it's their independent valuation that you see coming up on your screen.
And one of those hand-picked items has been sent over to Debbie's table.
Hi, Michael. I'm Debbie.
Hi Debbie, how are you?
Pleased that has she met her match with its owner?
Tell me what you brought in today.
A lovely piece of Art Nouveau glass. Well, it speaks for itself, does it not?
It is. It's very, very pretty. And tell me, where did you get it from?
I actually found it on eBay. I was looking for ceramic stuff because I like ceramics, and I came across that and I just fell in love with it. Had to buy it.
And are you a bit of an eBay magnet?
That's a good way of putting it, yes. I've spent many hours on eBay, trawling through, yeah.
So dare I ask, how long have you had it?
About 4 months or so.
Okay. And then you decided you didn't want
Well,
it?
I want to get some more money together. I'll put it into some sort of ceramic again. Art Nouveau
Okay.
again. I love Art Nouveau.
Yeah.
So I can squeeze as much as I can out of you.
Well, you can give it a go, but I'm a very difficult lady to squeeze.
Okay. I've got big hands.
Right. Let's see how much squeezing needs to be done then. £20.
Oh, no.
That was very definite.
Yeah, very definite, no.
Okay.
A lot more than that.
A lot
Well,
more.
more than that.
Right. Just checking. And I'm serious, Mr. Poker Face. That's about as much as I really want to go.
I was looking around about 70 to 80, to be fair. Could I squeeze 60? You could easily nick 10 or 20 quid off of that, I'm sure, easily.
Nick?
You know,
you mean that would be the profit you'd allow me to have? That's so kind.
Yeah, well, no, it's a sweet piece. Someone will fall in love with it. You know that.
Well, how about we meet halfway?
What, at 55?
No. And I give you that instead of 50.
I'll take 50. 50.
You take 50.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you 45.
48. And shake hands. Shake hands.
I didn't bring any coins.
I'm sure someone will have some change. It's worth it. You know it's worth it. You know it's worth it.
If I exchange the £5 for a tenner, do we have a deal?
You've got a deal, most certainly.
Brilliant. We've got a deal. Nice doing business.
And
before you go, how much did you buy it for on eBay?
Memory serves around about 26 quid. So
All
I've
right,
more or
then.
less doubled my money. And
Well done.
I'm sure you can double your money
Well done.
if you try hard.
And we'll see how Debbie gets on with making a profit later.
I'm Ian.
I'm Rita.
Rita, lovely to
Now
meet
it's over to Ian's table to see if he can seal this next deal.
you. Quite an interesting seal ring. How did you get hold of it? Is it your seal?
Yeah, but I bought that one.
You bought it?
Yeah.
Did you buy it privately? Did you buy it in a shop?
No, I bought it in a charity shop.
In a charity shop?
Yeah.
Okay. And why are you selling it?
Well, I got too much in my cupboard, so...
You have a cupboard full of gold?
Yeah.
Where do you live? I just have a quick look at it. Okay. It's quite interesting. It's the lion rampant sitting in an arch. Quite nice. And it's hallmarked 18 carat. And the age is around 1971 or something like that. 1970. It's not terribly old. So really, to gauge its price, one would work on the price of gold.
Scrap value.
Scrap value, unfortunately.
But,
But
it's
you're very
high.
lucky because
Yeah.
at the moment gold is high
Yeah,
and everybody's selling their gold.
I know.
So, money-wise,
Okay,
you like some of this?
of course.
Yeah, of course, me too. 50. 100. 150. 160, 70. 180. Now, how does that sound? I have to make a profit.
Just before you make a decision, Rita, let me tell you, the independent value is all within 150 to 200, and the auctioneers are somewhat similar. Ian is generous and he's smiling at you. He might give you a little bit more with a bit of persuasion, but on the day, that's quite a good offer.
So, 180 there. I'll keep it under the 200. I'll give you another £10. Okay. So that's now £190. Okay, so it's entirely up to you whether you want to take my money or you want to gamble it and
I'll take your money.
You're going to take my money.
Yeah. Shake it.
You're very anxious to get my money.
Yeah, before
Naughty
you-
Rita.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with this money?
I just fund it for my holiday.
Holiday.
Yeah.
And how much you pay for this ring?
£10.
£10. You ripped me off.
Now back to the dealer's den, and who will make the first move on Mark's table?
And what have we got here? A wooden box. I wonder what delights are in here. Shall we have a look?
Please do.
Ah, a chess set.
It is indeed.
And where do we get this from? Is it a family heirloom, or have you purchased it recently?
I've had it about a week.
A week?
Yeah, I bought it from a car boot sale last weekend.
Very nice too. I won't ask you how much, or would you be prepared to tell me?
I'll tell you afterwards.
Oh, okay, then that's fine. So, well, what do you know about this? Anything you can tell me about
I've done a bit of research on the internet, and obviously it's a Staunton, which is the Rolls Royce of chess sets. The dark green and also the printing and the writing dates it to around 20s and 30s.
That's interesting. I actually didn't know that. That's very
And I
nice.
believe in 1938 they introduced a sliding box, so that again dates it before 1938. It's complete, but there is
some damage.
It's had quite a bit of use.
This is what we call in the trade a loved and used set. I mean, this one here got some damage there, and I'm kind of concerned because there's two of these which are totally different colour.
Yep.
These have been remoulded and repainted and been put on later. Really, at the end of the day, it just comes down to what money you'll be happy to take for it. So I suppose I better put some money on the table for you, Paul.
Please do.
Right, okay. Let's see where we start. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, £60. How does that sound, Paul?
On the light side.
On the light side?
Yeah.
I mean, this really is a little bit out of my specialist field, and the damage really worries me.
Okay.
I tell you what I do. I'll put down a little bit more, Paul. It's another £10, which is 70, and I'm going to put one more down, which is £80.
Well, I've come in here to see if I can make the final move. What we've got here is a Staunton chess set. You know, it's the Rolls Royce in many ways of the chess world. The only downside is this is 20th century, 1930s. If it was Victorian, £500 to £800 without any problem at all. Staunton chess sets for aficionados of the game, that's what they want to play with. Mark, our dealer, has placed a tempting offer. So at this stage, I'm going to say cash could be king, but it's down to you. Otherwise, it's checkmate to you, and it's over to the auction.
Well, there's 80 on the table there, Paul. As I said to you, I'm concerned with the damage, and really that's where I want to be.
Can I squeeze you a tenner?
I'm going to be honest, I don't really want to go that tenner, Paul, because I know when I try and sell this, I'm going to have a problem because of the damage. That's my offer. It's entirely up to you.
Okay.
Deal?
Yep.
Lovely, thank you. So what are you actually going to do with the money?
More boot sales.
More boot sales?
Yeah.
Come on, tell me the truth. How much?
£5.
You got the real deal.
I think I did.
Well, Paul's got an eye for a bargain. He made 75 quid out of that car boot sale. Coming up...
She's been all over the world with me, actually.
Has she?
Yeah, whenever I've gone, she's gone with me.
Debbie's not being swayed by happy memories.
I'm going to be
Cruel.
cruel but fair.
Okay, that sounds fine.
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal from Rickmansworth.
And we head straight over to Michael's table to see what he's got on offer.
Maggie, thanks for coming in today.
Okay.
And you brought in a nice little bit of Edwardian jewellery.
Yes.
What do you know about it, or where have you got it from?
It belonged to my mother and
Right.
originally my grandmother, and we decided now was the time to send it on its way.
Yeah, send it on its way. I
Send
like
it
that
on
one.
its way to
Yeah.
a good home.
The thing about this sort of jewellery, it's barely worn nowadays, is it? It
I know.
seems so old-fashioned, really,
Yes,
doesn't it?
yes.
So a lot of people are doing the same sort of thing as you, but have you ever worn this one?
No,
No.
I do really like it, but it's just been, I've kept it safely.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think it's very pretty.
I've had a look at it. It's not hallmarked.
Right.
But we know it's gold because
Yes.
they didn't hallmark everything.
Right.
And it's got that 9 carat gold look to it. It would be 9 carat gold because they all were really.
Yeah.
And these are peridots, these little
Oh, right,
stones in the
okay.
little green ones.
Mm-hmm.
It is a stone. It's not glass. So.
Right.
And I'm going to be buying this as scrap weight, to be honest with you.
Oh.
I know it's sad, isn't it? But this is how you buy jewellery nowadays of this calibre. It's not like top end stuff.
No.
No name. So I'm not being disrespectful to the piece of jewellery.
Right.
I'm just telling you how we price it, things like that.
Yes.
It weighs about 17 grams.
Right.
And then you've got to take away the stones.
Yes.
Which are about 2 grams. So I'm looking at about 15 grams.
Right. Okay.
So that's how I'm going to make my offer.
Okay.
Okay. But take it or leave it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, get your cash out.
Get your cash out, here it comes. So it's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 and 20 pounds.
No, it's not enough.
No, you're right, it's not enough because it's about £9.20 or £9.40 scrap weight. So multiply that by 15.
Yeah.
It's more than 120, isn't it?
Yes.
It's roughly 140.
Right, okay.
And that is all I'm going to pay you. You can take it to auction, but they're on top of the... When you get to the auction...
Yes.
They're going to have to pay buyer's premium on top of that. So that 140 is like about 170 at auction.
Right.
I would bite my hand off if I were you. But you do what you want to do. If you want to take it to auction, it's entirely up to you.
No, okay.
You want to take that?
Yeah, we'll take that. Yes.
I think it's a good price.
Okay then. All right then. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Over the other side of the dealer's den, Debbie's item was once well loved, but is now in need of a little TLC.
Jackie, I can see you've brought in a little doll today.
I have.
Tell me a little bit about her.
Well, I've had her some 60 years. In that time, she's been in that box just like she is.
She was exactly like that when you got her
like
60
that when I got
years.
her, yeah.
And who gave her to you?
My grandmother.
Ah, and was it her doll?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
You don't know it any further back?
No further back, no.
Okay. Well, I have to say, without being rude, she's in a very sorry state.
Yeah, she is.
And I think she was probably, from what you say, therefore, rather poorly when your grandmother gave her to you.
Well, I think she was a little better condition than that.
Really?
But,
Do you ever remember this part of her, if I show you? Do you ever remember this?
yes, and she used to make a noise.
She did?
Yes, she did.
So she cried?
She cried,
Okay,
yeah.
because there's a little voice box in the back, which is rather nice. But again, she's in an awful state.
Yes, I'm sorry about that.
A crack to the back
Yeah.
through into the voice box area.
She's been
which-
all over the world with me, actually.
Has she?
Yes.
She's wonderful.
Whenever I've gone, she's gone with me, but still in the cupboard.
Right.
Time she went out.
Now, what's interesting about her is, have you ever noticed the marks on the back?
Amand Marseille.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely right. She's a little German doll by that very famous factory. And she dates to the turn of the last century, sort of 1900
she's older than I
doll.
thought,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think she is. I think she's that sort of period, 1900, 1910. It's a shame because in mint condition, she could be worth over £100. I'm going to be
cruel.
Cruel, but fair.
Okay, that sounds fine.
So, let's have a go and see if we can buy her. £20.
Oh, that's a bit too little.
The only reason I'm starting low and I'm not going high
I
is
know
that in order for me to try and get her back, it's going to cost me quite a bit of work and money. I will make you another slightly more generous offer. £30. She is
Yeah, I know she needs
incredibly
it.
damaged.
Yeah.
And that really is the reason behind
Another
the
£5?
offer. Go on then, as you asked me so nicely. You sure?
Yeah. Thank you very
so
much. Very
Thank
nice.
you.
Thank you.
Back in the dealer's den, and it looks like the toys have been thrown out of the pram on Ian's table.
How did you acquire them?
They are my late husband's, and they've been up in the loft for 40-odd years.
They look as though they've been there 40 years, unfortunately. I mean, they don't have any boxes apart
Except
from
those two.
these two. And there are no other boxes at all.
No, I'm afraid not.
Most of these, I would say, from the 1930s, 1940s, that sort of period. And because they haven't been in boxes, they've lost a lot of their paint and they've rusted over and things like that. And because of their condition, they're not going to fetch a lot of money, unfortunately. Unless there's somebody who's got a collection and there's maybe one or two that they really want to finish a collection. Because a lot of collectors of these toys are very particular that the things are in super, super, super condition. And I feel that no matter what offer I'm going to make, if I make an offer, it won't be fair to you. I couldn't sell them unless they were in better condition.
Yeah.
So I'd be unfair to say to you, okay, here's 200 and take it or leave it. I'd rather be honest with you and say, look, this is not for me. And I think the best place is auction for them.
Right.
Because they'll find their own level, the right people will be shown them, they'll be exposed to the right market, and it's fair for me to advise you to do the right thing.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think really the best place would be for auction.
For auction. Right,
Would you like to try it in auction?
Yes, please.
Do you have any idea of what the value is?
No.
Do you have no idea what you're
No,
looking
I
for?
don't. No.
Wow, okay. Well, let's hope it makes a lot of money.
No.
I'd love
Lovely,
to see
thank
what
you.
it fetches. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you for bringing them
Thank
along.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, that deal didn't even get into first gear. But coming up after the break...
There's hands everywhere. Ooh, they like those cars.
Did Ian miss out on a bumper deal? Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal. Before the break, we saw Ian firmly put his foot down when faced with a table full of toy cars.
This is not for me, and I think the best place is auction for them.
So now we head straight to the sale room to see if someone's going to drive away with a bargain.
There was no offer on the dealer's day from Ian Towney. He didn't play with toys, the cart. And 80 to 120 pounds is the estimation for this, with a reserve of 80 quid. Where's it going to be? Well, let's find out.
Glad to say I've got a bit of interest in this. I'm straight in at £60. 65 I'll take. 65, 70, 5, 75.
At 75, 80, we're 80, we're at the reserve.
£80 I bid then. 85 now all over the place. 90, 5, 100.
They like them. 90, 95, 100, 110. There's hands everywhere.
150, 160, 170, 180.
Why didn't you like those cars, Ian?
First bidding, 200, and 10, 220, 230, 240, 240 there. Are you all done? 240 pounds.
240 pounds.
I don't believe it.
Okay, a very nice result for you and a nice surprise.
Thank you very much.
240 pounds. Take away the commission. I make that just over 200 pounds. You're pleased with the result?
Very pleased.
I'm very pleased as well. Real deal on the day, and we're both smiling. Just over 200 quid.
Now it's back to the dealer's den, and will Mark be busting a gut to buy our last item? The Duke and auctioneer William Rouse are looking on, which could mean big money.
What a lovely object you brought in for me today. I can see there's some writing on the back, so you've obviously done a bit of homework.
A little bit,
Yeah?
as much as I could.
Well, tell me what you know about it.
Right, basically, my mother, she was about 17, 18. She worked in a jewellery shop, knick-knack, or whatever you want to call it, type shop. And when she got married, it was given to her by the owner of the shop as a wedding present. It's been left to me, and I just thought, well, it's time to pass on.
Time to sell it.
It's time to sell it. And,
well, you put it to the right place, I hope.
That's it. So
it's a very nice object, as I'm sure you're well aware.
Yeah.
It's marble base.
Yeah.
The face in ivory.
Yeah.
And the bottom and the bonnet in bronze.
Yeah.
It was made between 1920 and 1930 by quite a well-known maker, Antonio Bartholomew.
Yeah.
He's actually French, but he's predominantly known for making dancing women. So this is slightly off the norm for him.
Yeah.
Having said that, it's still a particularly nice piece. It's a good-looking, saleable object. It's something that nowadays people would want to own and put it on their side. It's got a look to it. Do you agree?
Yeah, that's true. That's what my parents had. They had it sitting on the mantelpiece, and it's been there all my life. So
it brings back good memories for you.
Very good memories, yeah.
William, Art Deco, probably 1930s, not typical the subject matter Art Deco, a little bit chocolate box, but very, very charming bronze and ivory. What do you think about it?
I think you're right. The combination of ivory and bronze is always very easy to sell, and it's the sort of thing that if it came into auction that there'd be no shortage of buyers. It's not, as you say, typical though. You know, people do like the ladies standing with their arms raised and that sort of thing, which is the more obviously commercial one. Still an attractive piece. And it's got condition in its favour. It's absolutely in tip-top condition, which is vital for this sort of thing.
Okay. The marketplace at the moment, we're always up and down. What's your take on that in your sale room? How is the Art Deco marketplace now?
It's really very strong indeed. There's a good market for good things like this, and you know, I think it wouldn't have any trouble getting an estimate of sort of 500 to 800.
Okay, but what's our dealer going to say? Let's see what he puts on the table.
I like the object, so I am going to make you an offer for it.
Right.
So let's take the gloves off and get to
work.
Yes. 50, 1, 150, 2, 250, 3, 350, £400.
£400, William.
Not enough.
Well, you've heard what William says. He says not enough, and I concur. I agree with that. It's worth more money.
£400 on the table there. Alan, how does that sound?
Getting warmish. We're getting a little bit close, but I don't think...
I've come in here because you're giving a little bit of an indication to our dealer, getting a little bit warm. Let me tell you how warm our independent valuers are, Mark. They're saying £500 to £800. I think I agree with that. It's 1930s, it's Art Deco, it's got a rather enchanting face to it, so I think it's quite commercial. I'm going to say £400 is a sound offer, but I don't think it's quite good enough. I think 5 to 8 is a good auction estimate, but it wouldn't surprise me if someone fell in love with that and it brought a bit more.
Well, back to you, Alan. The gloves are off again. We've got to go back to work. Okay. There's 400 on the table.
Right.
Put one more. It's 450.
No, not quite there yet. A little bit further.
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Alan. Let's use one more of the red ones up and go to 500.
Right.
How does that sound to you?
I think that sounds a good deal.
Are you happy with that, Alan?
I'm happy with that.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
So Mark got the girl, and with that we wrap up a fantastic day in the dealer's den, which only leaves us to find out how our dealers did.
Okay, thank you very much
When I
indeed.
sell it, I'll let you know how much I sold it for.
Oh, yes.
Well, actually, he hasn't sold it yet, but from the interest it's received, Ian predicts it'll be winging its way to China before long.
I'm sure you can double your money if you try hard.
And Debbie is still feeling stung. She hasn't sold the glass vase yet and doubts there'll be any profit in it. But the doll found a new home for £45.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
And luck was a lady for Mark, as he sold that bus straight away to an American customer for £620. He also sold the cufflinks for £210, and for a perfect checkmate sold the chess set for £110.
We've had a great day here in Rickmansworth. There's been lots of action, lots of buying and selling, just the way we like it. Don't forget to join me, David Dickinson, next time for Dickinson's Real Deal. Bye for now.